Hey, hey. What's up, y'all? Hey, Dwight. Y'all know to drop them dollar signs. We like to talk about money over here. How y'all doing this Monday? I know that's right. Woo, woo. All right, y'all. Well, I ain't gonna, y'all know I like to I ain't cooking nothing tonight. What y'all cooking? Okay, I'm trying to cook up this money in the pot. That's it, Dwight. All right. Hey, I see you down there. All right. So y'all already know, going on and drop them questions. I know y'all gonna have a ton of them because my inbox was crazy today. Very, very, very crazy today. All right. Hey, Tina. Okay. So I ain't gonna keep y'all. Okay. So let's see what y'all got. All right. So happy Monday. I hope everybody is doing great and awesome and all those good things. I just want to tell y'all, first of all, I know a lot of y'all have been trying to check the IRS website so that you can see the status of your stimulus, and y'all been getting all types of crazy messages. I know. Everybody's been getting crazy messages, and nobody's been able to really get on the IRS website. So please don't feel like it's something wrong with your stimulus check. So a lot of people have been asking, what's the status? I was able to check earlier. Now I can't check my stuff right now. And I'm telling you, don't worry, don't fret. That happens. It has been bombarded today. The system has been bombarded. So IRS has not really, hell, I don't think they're ready for y'all. They is not ready for all y'all coming in there trying to check on your money. Okay. So if you got the notice that your stimulus was not active, like you couldn't see the status of it, it doesn't mean you're not getting a check. All right. So let me just start that off right now. And please, for those who are watching, please share my post. Share this because somebody needs to know something. Y'all know it's all this bad information, and I do my best to try to give y'all the most updated information all the time because it changes. So if you could share share this video, I appreciate it. I was waiting for Ike to come in here tonight, but I don't see Ike, and that's okay because we got a whole bunch of stuff to go through. So go ahead on and drop those questions. I'm going to get to the first question here. We already got one. And all right, so let's go. So, hey, Shamika. So Shay says, when is the best time to file taxes? Well, so you guys know you can file taxes now. The IRS is, the last I saw is that they were allowing tax filers to e-file on the 15th. That's when they'll start accepting the tax returns. So I put out a message yesterday. I just want y'all to know, if you're one of those individuals that got a grant from the SBA, do not file yet until you get your 1099 from SBA, because I do not want to see some of y'all try to get away without having to list that you received that money from them, and then next thing you know, you getting audited because you forgot to put $10,000 extra into your taxes. Okay. There goes Ike. Ike did come on. Okay, so let me pause right there. Let me time out really quick. Hey, Ike. Okay, so we got Ike on. So I just definitely want y'all to know about this life insurance. A lot of y'all been asking me about it. So I'm going to let him just give y'all the overview. Please, if y'all have any questions, you can go to him. So I'm going to bring him on really quick, and then I'm going to come back and answer the rest of these questions. All right, so give me just a second. Hey, Ike.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Just fine. I think everybody else should be able to hear you just fine as well. They usually let me know if they can't hear me. Thank you for being here. And for those that don't know, Ike gave the same spiel he gonna give y'all, and he just wooed me. Okay, he wooed me so much so that I was like, I'm going to get my $1 million life insurance policy. So I want you to do whatever you did for me, do that for them. Okay, the floor is all yours.
Okay, thanks for having me. I apologize for being a few minutes late. First of all, I'm very technically challenged, so I was trying to figure out how to get on this thing. So I finally figured it out. I know you texted me the link, so I was like, man, well, how do I get the link on my laptop? So yeah, I had to email the link to my laptop and then click on it, and lo and behold, I was able to find my way here.
Well, thank you.
But appreciate you having me.
Nope.
Basically, just to give the general some information, just like I gave you guys when we met earlier. I just want your listeners and the audience to know how important, how critical life insurance is to your everyday finances, your everyday financial planning that you do. You cannot do that. I repeat, you cannot do it without life insurance. It's so critically important. It's a piece. It's not everything. It's just one of those critical pieces to the equation that you need to add to achieve your financial goals. Basically, once again, I want to keep it plain. I want to keep it simple. I don't want to get too in debt about all the different types of life insurance, different variety of types of life insurance. Just please keep in mind, there's basically only two types that you need to know. There's whole life, and I think most people are familiar with whole life insurance. It's the reason it's called whole life because it's life insurance that covers you for your whole life.
Yes.
It's the most popular type of life insurance, not necessarily the best for everybody, but it's the most popular. The other one is term life, which is life insurance as well, but it only covers you for a specific term. And usually the longest term that all life insurance company offers is a 30-year term, which to me, that's more than sufficient enough anyways. Then you might ask, well, which one do I need? Which type is right for me? And everybody is different. It all depends on where you're at right now financially in your life. I can tell you this: whole life is pretty much primarily for those who are only concerned with final expenses. For example, you only want a $10,000 policy, a 15 or 20, $25,000 policy because you're not trying to achieve anything with life insurance other to cover final expenses. You know what I mean? You may not necessarily have 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in the bank. So if something happened to your loved one, a friend, or whoever the case may be that you're financially responsible for, you want to ensure that you have enough money to cover their final expenses, to properly put them away, which could range anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000 nowadays. It all depends on what you get as far as final arrangements is concerned. People ask me that all the time. What is the cost of a funeral nowadays? Caskets, I seen casket range from $2,000 to $30,000. It can even get higher. People have 10-karat gold lining in their caskets and all kind of different things. So it all depends on what you want for your loved one that you're putting away. Also, people have 4 or 5 limos in a funeral. Some people have horse carriages and all. So expenses could get up there real quick. But generally, for the average funeral, it's anywhere around about $7,000 to $10,000 on the average. So that's what whole life insurance is for. A small policy, you can get a larger policy if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. If you're only concerned with medical expenses, only get you about a $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 policy. I'll say 25,000 at the most. Term life, then. Why would I get a term life policy? And you know what, people, they kind of shy away from term.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being, they're saying that, well, are you saying at the end of that term, the policy is going to expire after 30 years? So I'm going to put all of this money into this life insurance policy, and if the person doesn't die within that time frame, what do I get back? So I asked the question, do you have car insurance? Do you have homeowners insurance? So let me ask you, if you go 30 years without having a car accident, how much money are you going to get back from the car insurance company?
Zero.
You're not going to get anything back because what happens, insurance covers you in the event something happens why you're covered. That's the whole purpose of insurance. If you have homeowners insurance, if you go 50 years without a tree falling on your house, without a hurricane doing damage to your house, if you go all of those years, what are you going to get after those years if no damage ever occurs to your house?
Zero.
You're not going to get anything. It's the same as term life insurance. You could go 30 years, and if that person does not die within that 30 years, you're not going to get anything back. The benefit is term insurance is probably 50 to 75% cheaper than whole life, which means that you could purchase a whole lot more coverage for the money.
Yep.
And the reason, especially young folks, I preach this to them all the time. You want to purchase term while you're young because it's literally pennies to purchase a large amount of life insurance, term life insurance when you're young. When you're young, guess what you have a lot of? You have a lot of debt. You probably just bought your first house. You're probably still in college or paying off college loans. You got a lot of debt. You don't have a whole lot of savings. So if the breadwinner in that young family died, or an important part of that family who's providing financial assistance to that family died, which is pretty much the breadwinner, that family would be devastated because you have all of this debt and you don't have any money. So you need a lot of life insurance when you're young. When you're older, you need a lot of cash. You don't need a whole lot of life insurance. So guess what happens when you're older? Now the kids are grown. You're not paying for them anymore. College loans are paid off. Your house is paid off. You don't have a whole lot of debt. You want a lot of cash to retire. So that's why you buy a 30-year term when you're young to cover all of those years when you have all of this debt. And then after the 30 years, hopefully you have saved. You have followed the advice of Shamika with all of these different savings programs on where you should be putting your money. So at the end of 30 years, when your life insurance expires, guess what? You don't need life insurance anymore because you have a whole lot of cash. I ask people all the time, if you're 65 years old, would you rather have $5 million cash in the bank or a $5 million life insurance policy? You'd rather have $5 million cash in the bank. You don't need life. You want to get to a point where you don't need life insurance at all. And if you're wealthy, you don't need it. You understand what I'm saying? We only need life insurance now because in the event a tragedy happens, we cannot cover all of those costs that's going to occur, whether it's the final expenses or whether to replace the income of the breadwinner or winners in a particular family. That's the whole purpose of insurance. If I had $5 million right now in the bank, I would not have the first life insurance policy. I have life insurance now because if something happens to me, my family will lose that income that's coming into the house, and they will have to replace that somehow. That's what life insurance ensures, that it would be replaced in the case something happens to me.
Right.
Does that make sense? Is that simple? Do I need to?
Only thing I wanted you to add was about the wealth transfer portion of it. That's what got me. So the tax-free portion.
Exactly. Generational wealth is what I also preach with life insurance because it's the easiest way to create generational wealth in a family. And you ask, how so? Well, here's the thing. Not thousands, let me correct that. Millions of people do what almost every day, especially every weekend? They play the lottery. You know what your chances are in winning the lottery? It's almost slim to none. But people rely on that to create generational wealth within a family. And like I said, there's a 99.99999% that are never happen. However, on the other hand, life insurance is guaranteed. It's guaranteed that if a death occurs during the time span of that policy, especially when you have not reached your financial goals, it's guaranteed to pay if something happens within that time span when you're insured by that life insurance policy. And you can do that with pennies on the dollar. Instead of paying $100 a month, people pay way more than that I have family members who probably pay $300-400 a month in the lottery alone, and we're not even counting the little local arcades, around town that people are addicted to. But you could guarantee generational wealth with life insurance, and I was taught the same thing. And sometimes I tell people how much I pay in life insurance right now, and they're like, "Are you crazy?" You know what? I can pay. If I can pay $400 or $500 a month in a cell phone bill, so I got all my kids on my plan, and I pay $300-400 a month in a cell. Why can't I pay $200 a month for $1 million or $2 billion life insurance that's going to be guaranteed to transfer to my family in the event something happens to me?
Yep.
That's going to ensure generational wealth with them. I'm teaching them the same principles that they're going to put down to their generation, and so forth and so forth and so forth. You could stop the generational gap right now, today during your lifetime. You could stop poverty. My family from generation to generation has experienced poverty, just not having the opportunities, not having the knowledge, the education, the things that you're doing right now, Shamika, which why it's so important, and I applaud it so much. Our people, for the most part, just lack education.
Yes.
When it comes to these things, and it sets us back and it keeps us back, so much just not knowing.
Yep.
And it's crazy. Most, a lot of the stuff that I didn't even know you, hadn't heard of you until a couple of months ago. But it's crazy that a lot of the stuff that you teach, I only learned about 6 months before meeting you. And I learned it from a white man. And he sat me down one time, and here I'm 52 years old. I'm just learning this stuff at about 51 years old, when in my entire life just really just going in circles and cycles, doing the same old thing over and over and over, not getting any further, not advancing at all financially. And it's crazy that when I hear the stuff that you teach, I'm like, man, why didn't I meet her 5, 10, 15 years ago? And I'm still learning. I don't know it all right now, but it's just that what I've learned, the same stuff you're teaching, it propelled me and my family financially, so far in a short period of time.
Yep.
And just like I said, life insurance is just a piece of it. I try to educate people as much as possible about life insurance and how it can change their fortunes and their entire family fortunes around, and then break that cycle of poverty, or living check to check, or even living, what we think we're living. A lot of us think we're like middle income folks, and we're really not. You know what I mean? We're really still in poverty, because $50,000-$60,000 a year, that's not even considered middle income. We consider that like a lot of money and good income, but it's really not. You're really just struggling still to have just a couple of nice things but we want to be to a place where we are living comfortable, and we can ensure that our kids are going to live comfortable and for generation and generation, and you can achieve that easily with life insurance.
Amen. That is true.
And go ahead.
No.
No, I was just going to say, and I know you already said it, so you don't mind me saying, but I applaud Shamika. She when she called me, she said, "You know what? I want to apply for $1 million policy." I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Man, I didn't know you were taking it in that well at just that one, seminar we had." And I applaud her. She stuck with the application process, and I was so happy when I saw the approval come back. I couldn't wait to call her or text her, let her know that everything had got approved, and I know it gave her peace of mind that if anything happens to her from this point until 30 years from now, which is a long time, that whoever she left as her beneficiary or beneficiaries would not have to worry about anything, and they can start that generational wealth. Even though we know Shamika's already rich now anyway, but anyway, her beneficiaries would be even richer.
Right.
In the event something happens to her.
Right. And I just want to say, because I know just for people are curious, I did get the $1 million policy, and my policy, if anybody wants to know, I pay less than $150 a month. So it's not super unreasonable. And the one thing, if you take nothing away from what Isaac said, which you should take all of it, but the most important thing he said is that life insurance closes the gap. So you may be struggling, but your children do not have to struggle, and whoever else you leave your money to do not. And if you're over 30, I mean, hey, of us have lived as long as we're going to get to our age than we will going forward. And you know, that's just a reality, especially if you're African American and you have you know, genetic diseases and things like that. Hell, just being out in the hood is enough to get you killed these days. So, you know, I wanted you to come on here because it's serious, and I'm tired of seeing everybody have these GoFundMe's. And since this is tax season, since people are about to get their back pay from unemployment, those who are still here, make sure that you put in your planning for 2021, because we all want to be great, is to get some life insurance. Absolutely.
Let me just say two more points on that. And I forgot you wanted me to bring that up, but the proceeds from a life insurance policy, it is definitely tax free. So yeah, your beneficiary, in the event something happens and your beneficiary received that entire, it's not like a lottery where they're going to take 30 or 40% of your payout before you get the rest. No, you get to keep 100. Your beneficiary gets to keep 100% of the face amount of that policy. And then one other important note, Shamika, have you ever given your age here on your show?
I'm 41.
Okay, so Shamika was telling you how much she pays for a $1 million life insurance policy, around $150 a month. Let me say that life insurance rates are primarily based on your age. So if she's paying $150 a month for a $1 million policy, those of you that are still in your 20s, and I know you have a lot of listeners who are, your rate would be somewhere around about $50 a month for a $1 million life insurance policy. So that just goes to show you, the earlier you get your life insurance policy, the better. People ask me, when should I get it? You should get it today, because it'll never be this price. You'll never be this age again. So that's why you always want to purchase it as soon as possible, because life insurance rates are based primarily on your age. After that, it becomes your health. But first, it's your age. Shamika, do you know why that's the case? Why life insurance rates are primarily based on your age? Do you know why that is?
Nope, you tell me.
It's you know, and it's real simple. Why would your rate be the higher the older you are? Because you're closer to what?
Death.
You're closer to death. That's why they start charging you a little more every single year you turn a year older, because you're getting closer to that life expectancy age, which are probably like in the 70s. Last I checked, I think it was in the high 70s for women and somewhere in the low 70s for men. So that's why you want to get it as soon as possible. The younger you are, the cheaper your rates are.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Art. I did put your phone number up here if anybody wants to get in touch with you. I also always send them to your Facebook. Any kind of way I can get them to talk to you. That's exactly what I want them to do. Thank you very much. You changed my life in that little small simple meeting, and I wanted to make sure that your infectiousness was spread on to the people that I have that's listening to me. So if you don't have anything else to add, I'm gonna proceed, but I wanted to say thank you, and I'll shoot you a text afterwards.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Woo, okay, guys. All right. So thank you guys for dealing or sitting through that. I appreciate it. That was so nice of Ike to come through and give us the rendition. I know some of you guys left alive, and that's okay. A lot of people do not like to hear when it's about something that's about business. And I just had to let y'all know, y'all got some extra money. So if you got a chance and you're younger than me, there should be no reason why you also cannot go and get you $1 million or less life insurance policy as well. All right. So I'm going to continue and go on, and I'm going to answer the rest of these questions, and we're going to go from there. So Nichelle says, I was able to apply for extended benefits yesterday. However, they issued a payment of $30. Also, my balance before the end date was $42, and now it's $1,600. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, when it's coming to unemployment is super, super weird. Um, and they are not keeping up with you guys because it is a big turnover. All right. So the system's being inundated. The workers are being inundated. So a lot of the information that you're going to see is not going to be correct. Please do not panic. I get a lot of that. Don't panic. Okay. Because FYI, if y'all did not know, the people at the unemployment office are working until 8 o'clock every night. So you can actually have them on hold while you're watching this show right now to get your questions together. So they do work until 8 o'clock. You can give them a call and find out exactly what is going on with your case. I will tell you that I got word from Vanessa Brito that they're paying the additional $300 next week. Okay. So I know a lot of people have been asking me that. So I'm going to keep going on, see what else I got. Happy New Year to you, Monica. Thank you very much for being here. Let's see what I got here. I'm not even gonna try to mess that up. I'm gonna mess that up. So Miss Foster, she said, why was my stimulus stand not eligible? You are eligible. Again, the IRS website has been flooded today. So instead of them giving you some old outdated information, is just coming up and saying not available. That does not mean that you're not getting the stimulus. All it means is that the system is overloaded and it cannot give you the information. All right. So the biggest question that I get asked, and I'm gonna do it now before anybody asks me, I closed my bank account. I'm not using that bank account anymore. If you close your bank account and you're not using that bank account anymore, but that is the information that IRS has, they will automatically send an electronic transfer to the bank. Of course, it's going to be rejected because your account is not open. Now, normally they would try 1 or 2 times before they mail you a check. Excuse me. I cannot say for sure what IRS, how many times they are going to try. But I will say if your bank account is closed, they will mail you a check. If your account number has changed, you got another bank account at the same bank, they will mail you a check. If you, let's see, I'm trying to think of all of the situations that that can come up, but it's okay. I'm just gonna keep looking through here. I'm gonna keep going. Let me keep going. And let me see if I can find any more questions before I go on, because I got some stuff for y'all today. Oof. So I'm gonna let y'all know also, I'm gonna put this up at the end of the live on the 5th of January, which should be tomorrow. Beyonce, okay? Y'all heard me. Beyonce is giving $5,000 to small business owners. I'm gonna put that out when we get off this live so y'all can get on that. It opens tomorrow. Beyonce, all right, is giving $5 grand, all right? So that's only gonna be one of the few grants that are gonna be coming through. So I know a lot of people saying, well, I got a new business. How can I get any money? You're going to be able to get money. If you can't get it through the SBA, you will be able to get it through a lot of these programs. Now, I'm telling y'all, when they release this stimulus package, now I know it seems like it's not a lot of money that's going to come towards us because, you know, we saw that they're sending money to all of these other countries and all of that. But let me tell y'all, when the stimulus package gets signed, anytime something like this big package of money, tons and millions of dollars are going to be flowing everywhere. They're going to go to all type of nonprofits. And of course, nonprofits, their whole job is, a lot of them, to support what we do. So you do not have to necessarily worry about if you don't get an SBA. You will be able to get money off of other grants. So my job is to find those grants and to let you know about those grants that are available so you don't have to do that much work. Okay. So let me go here to my cheat sheet so I can tell y'all. Okay. So the EIP, let me put this website up so y'all can see it. So if you want to check on your unemployment, where I got it, not unemployment, excuse me. If you want to check on your where is it? Nope, not this one. Hold on, y'all. Don't let me give y'all the wrong. I don't put that website at. Here it is. I'm sorry. Okay. This is where everybody was going today and the website was down. So you can check your stimulus status. That is the website, irs.gov/EIP. This weekend, it was offline, okay? So it's on today, but as y'all can see, y'all probably were not able to get through, and the IRS website usually does shut down at a certain time, maybe like 6 o'clock, so you might not be able to check it anymore tonight. So I'm telling you to get on it and check tomorrow. Do not worry if it still says that it's unavailable. Now, if you are wondering who is going to get a stimulus check, the individuals who got the first one will get a second one. Their portal to go in and claim a stimulus, okay? So if you didn't do it the first time, you will not get it the second time. If you snooze, you lose. Okay, y'all know the saying. So if you did not apply for the stimulus, or you did not put in, whether you're a non-filer or whether you're a person that filed taxes, if you did not get it the first time, don't look for it this time. Okay, the only people that actually got lucky this time really are the individuals who owe child support. Now, I don't know how they came up with that idea to not take the money, but they did. So if you do not know, if you or you know somebody who owes child support, they will get their stimulus. It was clear in the bill that it will not be reduced or taken if they owe back child support. Okay, so and I have had that confirmed from a couple daddies who owe child support and they got their money. Okay, so yes, so they will be getting their money. Okay, let's talk about the EIDL grant. Okay, now the grant is the $10,000 that you guys got the first time. What is happening this time is only the individuals who got the grant the first time will and they got less than $10,000. Only that group of people will be able to apply. Now, the application is not live yet. Okay, so as it stands right now, I got a couple different dates. We're looking at January 12th through January 14th. So we got that little small a few days to keep checking the SBA website to see when it opens. It is going to be another application, but we do not know just yet all the questions they're going to ask. But I will tell you that it does say that everybody from March 16th, 2020, keep that date in mind, March 16th, if you apply for a grant and you were trying to get the 10,000, but then they changed it to the 1,000, you will get the rest of the money that is owed to you. That is something that Congress has SBA to do, to go back and pay everybody from March 16th on who did not get the full $10,000. We don't know if they're just gonna make you, how they're gonna make you prove it. We don't know all that yet. Okay, I don't know all that yet because the application is not up, but I can tell you that they will be giving you the additional. So that means anybody who wants to try to apply for a grant this time, you're not gonna be able to do it. Only second timers. Okay, that is the same for the L loan. If you got the loan, you can only reapply if you got it the first time. So that's something new that was not added before. Before it was no EIDL loan, but now that's different. Now there is going to be an EIDL loan. So anybody who got the EIDL loan the first time will be able to ask for more money. All right. And the max these loans go up to is $2 million. Usually, you know, I'm just telling y'all, you small, don't be looking for $2 million because you're probably not gonna get nowhere near that amount. But you can, I'm just letting you know, it does go up to $2 million. You will have to also fill out an application too. And that's gonna open the same time the grant opens because they're on the same portal. So we just have to wait till it opens. But for the loan, only people that can get them are first timers. No, second timers, no first timers. All right. The only time you can get a loan for the first time is through the PPP. But here goes. Your business needs to have been open by February 15th, 2020. So if your business is technically less than a year old, it's going to be really hard to get you some money through the SBA. But that doesn't mean you can't get no money because, as I stated, Beyonce giving $5,000 starting tomorrow. And I got a slew of other grants and scholarships and all that stuff that I'm watching to see when they go live so I can post. All right. So just so we clear on the EIDL loan, the EIDL grant, and the PPP. So if y'all have any questions about those, put those down while I go through right here. All right. So, all right, Chantel, thank you. This is a good question. Okay. So 17 through 24. So I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to read exactly what I got so that you guys will know. All right. So 17 through 24. If you have individuals that are 17 through 24, 9 times out of 10, you probably claim them on the tax return. Here is what they get to do. If they are students, the same way they receive their funds from the financial aid department at their school, they get to go back and get more money again from the financial aid department. So if you know a college student or you have a college student, let them know $ time. It's time for them to start watching, start hanging around their financial aid office and find out when are they going to cut those checks, because they're going to cut checks to those students. We don't know if it's going to be the same amount. It should not be more. It should be the same amount or less than the first time. So 17 through 24 will get something from school. Now, they can apply for the stimulus when they file their taxes. Technically, they're not applying. But if you have a 17 through 24-year-old who is now independent, has not been claimed by you, they work and they're filing their own taxes, they have a pretty good chance of when they get to the recovery rebate sheet in the tax return, if they put 0, they have a larger or a greater chance, of getting some stimulus money back, okay? Because they did not get any, all right? So I found that in an article, and I will actually put that on my story, and I'll put that on my timeline too, so you guys can see it. I'm just telling anybody from 17 to 24, if they're independent, let them file on their own. Don't try to claim them this time. If they got a job, let them file so they can get them some money, all right? Don't mess them up anymore by continuing to claim them as dependents, all right? So thank you, Chantel, for that question. I appreciate it. You said I just joined. Shamika, did you ever go to people who had babies? No, I did not, Nicole. So that's another thing. If you had a baby in 2020, you did not get paid for that child with your stimulus. You should already know that. You did not get paid for that child with your stimulus because your stimulus went off of 2018 and 2019. So if you did not get paid for that child, when you go and do the recovery rebate worksheet that's in the tax forms, it's going to ask you how much you got. And when they see that you have a child, which is a dependent, hopefully you made enough income to get the earned income tax credit so that you're able to get some additional funds. When you put that you received less than the amount that you should have received, I have seen, I think I've only seen one that did not do it. But they had other stuff going on in their taxes. But they got the stimulus money that they should have received the first time. Now, I know you guys sent me an article saying that you're going to get $1,100 back, and that's going to count for the $500 with the first stimulus and the $600 with this stimulus. I'm not going off of the second stimulus because not everybody has received it, and a lot of us are receiving this money in 2021. So you can't count it. So I'm telling everybody, at least the people that come to me for their taxes, that the only money you should be expecting to see is the monies that you missed for the first stimulus. Okay. So if you have where you gave somebody else your child to claim on the taxes and they claimed them for 18 and 19 and they got paid for the stimulus for it on the stimulus, but this year now you want to claim that person, you have a greater chance of seeing an additional $500 in your tax return because you now have that person. Everybody's case is gonna be different. So you really gonna have to get with your tax preparer, put all your information in and see. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all want to know and you can't wait to get with your tax preparer, or you ain't found who you want to do your taxes, put this down here, right here. Y'all can go right here to this site. This does not mean you're doing taxes with me, but you can go here and create you an account, and you can put your tax information in, and you can play around to see what you get. Then if you get stuck or you have questions, it's much easier for me to see your stuff because you're already in my portal. So if you want to, you can. If not, you can go to TurboTax. You can go to free tax filing. They got a ton of free tax filing websites. But if you choose to want to do this, you can use my portal, create an account, put your information in, and it's much easier for me to help you or to explain something if I see your taxes versus me just talking out of air, okay? But people who did have children in 2020 that did not get paid for them in the stimulus, you should see an increase of only the first stimulus, not the second, but you should see an increase in your tax return or tax refund this year, okay? All right, so let me see what I got here. Kiana says, stimulus check says scheduled to be deposited into account that isn't my last 4 account number, but the last one went to my right account. So If you are unsure that it's going to come to the right account, this is what I'm telling everybody. There's two things I want you to do. One, I want you to sign up for informed delivery through the post office so that you can see your mail. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you're unsure that it's going to actually make it to your bank account, go to the post office and just ask them to hold your mail. It's out, and you turn it into them and say, hold my mail. Now, the only thing that's messed up about it is you have to go to the post office to pick up your mail. But at least you won't have to worry about nobody stealing your stimulus check out your mailbox, okay? Because people got busted doing that last year, and I promise you they're going to get busted doing it again this year. So if you are afraid that you're not going to get the stimulus to the right address because you moved your bank account, or in this situation, the last four of the account number is not right, go down to the post office and ask them to hold your mail. That way you know that you will get your stimulus if it comes by mail. Now, Kiana, I don't know if you went in the system, because a lot of people did. Last time the first stimulus came out, a lot of you guys went in the system and changed your bank account information so that it can get to you. Now, some of you guys were expecting a check in the mail, but the IRS actually caught up with itself and actually deposited your check into the right account. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Please don't get your panties in a bunch nor your boxes because you keep looking at somebody else get their check. We cannot compare ourselves. Everybody's different, and you don't know the criteria that IRS is going by to mail or to send out these checks. They just sent out another 10 million. They getting there. Okay, they getting to you. I got mine this weekend. Matter of fact, I got it on Sunday. The bank's not even open, but I have Bank of America. So if you're not Bank of America, go check your account. But it came on Sunday. That's not uncommon. So I'm just letting you know it is coming. But if I was unsure, like some of you guys, I will be holding my mail at the mailbox. All right. Joy says I still have the same account number from when I got the first one, but it's still showing. Okay, well, Joy, that's a good thing. So if you didn't change anything, then if you didn't check, and I want y'all to go here too. Let me put this site up really quick. Okay. Now, I put here that this is where you can go to see your $300 unemployment status. Now, I definitely want y'all to go to this website because whoever these guys that developed this site, they are awesome. So not only do they track when the states start paying the $300, and if you will go on here and look, you'll see Florida starts next week. You can also go on there and check. Hold on, let me go back to the question because I definitely don't want to forget. They keep up with everything. They keep up with unemployment. They keep up with, they update videos of when banks are depositing, when banks should have the stimulus money available. That's how I knew when mine was available. I went right here to unemploymentpua.com and I went right on their page and I looked up my bank and I saw when the date was going to be available and mine was on time. Not everybody's is going to be on time, but it is close. Okay. So again, if you still watch and share the video, I appreciate it. If you haven't already, we want people to get some good info. All right. Let's go to Kim. Kim says, what if your transcript has today's date on? However, they did not deposit the money. Thank you, Kim, because I actually was going to bring that up. So you guys were killing the where's my payment, and y'all didn't even know that y'all can go to your tax transcript right on the IRS website. You can request your tax transcript, and right at the top, I believe it's right at the top on the right-hand side, it will tell you the date your stimulus was sent out. So you don't have to worry about that site crashing all the time. Go on the other part of IRS's website and pull your tax transcript. You will see your stimulus date payments on there as well, okay? So I'm gonna say that again if you didn't hear me. You can check your stimulus at IRS website through, I'm gonna put it up here because y'all know I'll be trying to go back and forth. You can check your stimulus status here at irs.gov/EIP, or you can go to IRS website and go to your tax transcript. Go to request tax transcript. You can request it right there online. You will be able to see the date of your stimulus payment there. All right. So there's two ways you can check, or you can just be like me and chill and wait on it to hit the bank. Okay. Your choice. All right. All right. So we talked about child support. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. If you are a small business owner and you have FP&L, if you're in Florida and you have FP&L, and I would advise anybody to do this if they're watching from another state, call your electric company, okay? Because they are giving credits, okay? So y'all remember the first part of the year, FPL was giving credits to residential owners. They were giving them their $200 back, which was their deposit. So they were giving you the $200 to put towards your balance if you were behind. Now, if you are a business owner, there is an application and it opens tomorrow. I'm going to put that out. Opens tomorrow that you can apply for a credit and you get like 10% off your bill for the rest of the year. So if you are a small business owner, or if you just have your electric bill in your business name, and yes, you could do that. Okay. You can get your little 10% credit and get that for the rest of the year. That adds up to a lot of money. So make sure you use up all that electricity and get your deal, your discount at the same time. I'm gonna put that up after the live, okay? Let me see if I got any more questions. All right. Okay. Hold on, y'all. It says, my account didn't change the first one, but it still shows I'm not eligible. Joey Walker, that is not correct. If you got the first stimulus, honey, you're eligible. They just probably put that up because, like I said, this site was crazy, and I'm surprised it didn't crash on y'all today. Okay. Hey, Sharon, it says, what insurance company is a young man offering the insurance through? You know what? I don't even remember the name of it, but what I like about what he does is he offers the insurance, but he's going to see if he can get you with whomever to get you a policy. All right. I will have to go and pull up mine to give you the name. I want to say it has a deer or a deer on the front or something, but it don't matter. I put his number down, and you can call him or text him. That is his cell phone number. And you can ask him. He walked me through the whole process, and I'm very grateful of my little $1 million policy. Okay. All right, what we got now? Laverne says, I appreciate you too. I really, really do. Thank you. Here goes Dwight being the man. He's saving the day. Bam. IRS 800-829-1040. Thank you, Dwight. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Look at that. They even got a Florida residence number. If you're from Florida, call these people. They close right now, but you can call them tomorrow. And look at that. All you got to do is hit option 3. Dwight, you the bomb. And it saves you less time. Thank you. And he put the child support number. So if y'all got any questions about your child support, because I have a lot of people saying I didn't even get my first check from the stimulus, or they took my baby daddy check and I didn't get my money for, portion of it. Call the child support office and ask them where it's at. Because the bill says they're supposed to take it and pay you. So if they didn't pay you, then you need to go find your money. That's what we're here to do. We're here to find all these coins because we want money. All right. So call child support. Thank you, Dwight. I'm going to keep this up for just a little bit so you guys can take down this number, or you could just screenshot. All right. Okay. Let me keep going here. Oh, the CDC eviction form. Nah, that has now been re-released. So if you're having issues with your landlord, you think you're going to get evicted or whatever, the CDC has extended their eviction moratorium to January 31st, 2021. Now, this is a long address, so I'm going to leave this up here. So if you're watching, just screenshot it so you can go type this in later. All you have to do is just get this form printed out and write on there under penalty of perjury. You have to write that and then sign it. So I'm going to say it again. Go to this website, print out the form and write under penalty of perjury. Okay. And sign it. So pretty much what they're asking you to do is say, hey, everything on this paper is true and correct. And I'm turning it in so that I don't get evicted. And I would tell you, do not wait to hold that until you get an eviction notice. If you are facing eviction, if your ass is behind on rent, go and print it out today or tomorrow and go and take it to the landlord immediately so that they know that they are being encouraged not to evict you, because it's a lot harder once you get an eviction. Once you get an eviction notice, now you got to go try to take that to the clerk of the court to see if a judge will give you a reprieve and will and tell your landlord to wait. So if you don't want to have to deal with that, print it out ASAP. Right under penalty of perjury, turn it into your landlord. Okay, you don't got to say nothing to them. Just here goes. Okay, they can read. All right, that you don't got to give them all the information. They can read. Don't talk and get yourself in no trouble. Okay. We already talked about the grants. I don't think we talked. Well, let me tell you guys something really quick about the PPP now that I got it up here. So I did say the PPP is for First timers can apply for the PPP, but your business still has to be open by February 15th, 2020. In addition to that is now, if you are underprivileged, you live in a low income area, and God, they got like 3 different things that they are allowing. Okay, it says you must be located in a low income community. You must have suffered at least 30% economic loss, and it's one more, and I can't even see it here, but I'll post it. It don't even matter. So pretty much, if you're in a low income area, and you can show that I'm hurting. I'm a small business. I'm a small Black business owner. Or I'm a small whatever. I'm in a urban community, and I'm affected. We or those guys get priority when it comes to doing the PPP. They put that in the bill. So you get priority placement over other people to get your money up front. Because you guys know these loans go by how much money is available. So once the money's gone, it's gone. So you got to make sure that you jump on it once it opens. And if you don't remember, because I know y'all probably going to jump in here last minute and say, I just came on. What time the loans open? The loans open between the loans and the grant. All of that opens between January 12th and January 14th. Okay, so we somewhere in between those dates. All right. Okay, let's keep going here. So thank you, Patricia. I knew you were going to be here, Patricia. All right, Patricia says, a happy new year to you too. Did you find out about the people who exhausted their weeks? Will they get the 300 or extended benefits? Now, if you got an email saying that you need to apply for extended benefits, okay, it looks like this one that I put up. If you got it from DEO, sorry, I don't know if y'all can see that well, but if you got this saying that you need to apply for extended benefits, please go on there and do it. I just checked the DEO website. That is unemployment, and they said that application is up now. So go and apply so that you can get your extended benefits. I did talk to Vanessa Brito about this, and she told me to tell you guys next week to start looking for your $300. And remember what I said. Let me put this back up here. Go on to these people website right here and see if you got some money coming. All right. You'll be able to see when Florida should start paying out their $300. All right. So I should be almost done. Just let me check really quick. If you owe financial aid, if you owe not financial aid, if you owe student loans, okay. So I also put that up on my post that if you owe student loans, normally they snatch that money back from you at tax time. I am encouraging some of you guys who owe to wait, because in the beginning of this year, when we had the first stimulus, when all of this pandemic went down, people who filed their taxes in March, they were able to get their money back. People who filed theirs in January and February, their money was taken. All right. So I don't know if y'all want to call the Department of Education, but I would tell you that since we don't know, we're going to have a change in presidency. It's a lot that's going to be going on in the next month or two. If you can stand it and you can wait, I would wait, because you might end up getting more money if they turn around and say, we're not going to keep y'all student loan like it used to be. And I also put up the number where you can call to see if you owe. Definitely make sure you check to see if you owe the Treasury before you apply. You do your tax return, so you know if something's going to be taken from you or not. Okay. Monique says, so if you got 10K, you cannot reapply. Yes, ma'am. If you already got the max, that is, now I can tell you now, that is what they say in black and white. But just like last time, when the loans open, a whole hoopla of people got in there and got money. So I'm just telling you what it says. We will see when it opens, if it changes. And if it does, I'm going to let y'all know so that you can go on and apply. But as it stands now, no second time, only first. No first time, only second. All right. Kim says, thank you, Kim. So y'all replying to each other. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let's see what you have here. Miss Q says, I've been a notary since 2017. I established my LLC and obtained an EIN in October. Am I able to apply for any grants? So you will. That's a tricky one, because I can tell you right now, I'm going to tell you to apply. I'm definitely going to tell you to apply, not the grant through the EIDL, because you can't. You may be able to apply for the PPP, but what could possibly become an issue is ask you why you did not get your EIN at the same time you open up your LLC. And I can tell you, because here goes that wonderful report that I like to keep. This is the report that SBA actually put out, stating all the stuff that everybody did fraudulent and that was wrong. And one of the things that they said that they checked was, when you put your business down, if you put your EIN and they checked it with IRS and it was a recent EIN, they denied it. Okay, so you might run into that issue. If so, you might just want to do a reconsideration to explain that you had your business, but you just got your EIN, later. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you not to apply, but only for the PPP. But that could possibly be a problem for you. Okay, Mindy, do you think we will get another stimulus? No, I don't. I don't. We're going to see what's going to happen when Joe Biden comes in to office. All right. So right now, I'm going to tell y'all this little bit, $600 they're giving y'all, and this unemployment, they're really trying to give y'all some money and tell y'all to go away. Just go away right now and let us figure out what we're doing. And then they're going to come back and then let us know what they got going on. This has been the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. But my job is to help y'all navigate through this so that it's not so painful, and that is a little bit more easy to understand. All right. So I can't say that we're going to get one. I don't think so. But we're going to see what the economy is looking like by January, maybe even by February. Okay. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. Okay. Thank you very much. Single dad of 4 need help with lights and rent. Please help. Marlon, we don't know you like that. Okay. But I'm going to tell you where you can go so that you can get you some aid. All right. So, we don't come here to not give out no information. So I'm going to put this out right now. Since you need some assistance, you can go right here. And this for anybody. I want y'all to keep this, screenshot this if you're watching this on your phone. I'm going to tell y'all, money going to be flowing. So this is a number y'all need to get comfortable texting so you can see what's available at all times, because just because you can't get any money from SBA doesn't mean you cannot get any money from your city, your county, your state. All right. You can get money other ways. This is one of the ways to do it. You text your zip code to 898-211. They're going to reply and ask you what kind of help you need. And you put all of it: rent, food, utilities. You can even put mortgage, put all that down and let them tell you what's available according to your zip code. All right. So right now it might be a little bit to nothing because they're right at the end and the money just got released, but give them a week or two. That's when their pocket's going to be real full and everybody going to be around here looking like Santa Claus. All right. So keep that number so that you can call and check. All right. See. Oh, everybody talking across the board. I just love it. Okay, so another person asked, what's the likelihood of another stimulus? I just don't think that we're possibly going to get one. And if we do, we don't even know if it's going to be half of this one. I mean, first one was 1,200. This is 6. The next one might be 3. We might not get nothing. We don't know. And I just want y'all to know they're making this stimulus money they're giving y'all out of thin air. And I know y'all don't probably care because you're just getting money, but somebody will have to pay for that. And if you don't pay for it, your children will. So we don't want to just keep on getting stimuluses and never go back to work. We eventually got to go back to work or the economy going to crash. All right. Let's just keep it real. It is. All right. Okay. So Joyce says, my bank shows it already got it, but there's nothing in my account. I would tell you, if it says your bank got it, call your bank. Now, somebody did ask me, what happens if the money comes to my bank account and I have a negative? Now, last stimulus, they took it. Then they got a lot of complaints and the banks gave it back. I would tell you, call your bank to verify what their policy is. I'm certain, well, most certain, that a lot of these banks are going to let you get the money regardless. Okay. If not, because this is not something that they put in the bill. It's really up to the bank's discretion. So you need to call the bank, your bank, to find out, hey, if I have negative in my account and my stimulus comes, am I still going to get my full money? USAA had to return the money. They were taking people's money, but they returned it. A lot of these banks don't want the bad press of taking people who are already hurting and struggling and making them hurt and struggle more. So find out what your bank is going to do. All right. I answered this one already, but I'll do it again. The SBA loans start anywhere between the 12th and the 14th. I keep seeing two different dates being thrown out there, but the week after, excuse me. Let me see. That's next week. So hell, we don't really got that much longer to wait. Yeah, let me look at my calendar really quick. Yeah, so that's next week. So y'all, we can wait till next week to go, and that's when we're gonna find out. We'll be able to see everything. The PPP will be out. The guidance for the PPP has to be out by Wednesday. So if you got a PPP loan before, start checking your emails, because your bank, who you got the money from, will start telling you what you need to do to reapply. All right. So they're going to be getting guidance soon. And then, of course, I'll give y'all what I find out also. Okay. So somebody asks, is SBA including Uber independent contractor? Absolutely. Independent contractors, Uber drivers, the people that deliver the food, I forgot what you call them, Uber Eats and all that. Those are independent contractors. Those are small business owners, really, or they're sole proprietors. So absolutely, you can apply for the PPP. You might not get much. I can tell you right now. If anybody wants to know, we can do the quick math, and I'll tell you, you're probably not gonna cash out like we did last time. The loans ain't gonna be all like they were last time. I just want y'all to know that, okay? But you will get something, okay? And I'm gonna tell you the math right now. It is your whatever you put down as your sales, divide that by 12 and multiply it by 2.5. Whatever you come up with is what you're going to get. And so you guys will know, you can take, say your sales were $100,000. You divide that by 12. I think that gives you 8 something a month. Then times it by 2.5%. That person would only receive $20,832 for their PPP loan. That's not a lot if you're making 100 grand. Okay. It's really not, but that's how the math is done. And that's how you figure it out. That's with or without employees. That's the same. All right. So if you're not clear, I'll say it again. You take sales divided by 12 times 2.5. That's it. Okay. If you are going to do a PPP forgiveness, wait. It is the guidance should be out also on Wednesday. They got a new form. It's supposed to be easier than the rest of the forms for people who got $150,000 or less, and they're supposed to be forgiven the whole loan. Excuse me, the whole loan. We don't know yet. Y'all know things change from day to day around here, okay? So, but as I saw today on the SBA website, the last form was issued on 12/31/2020, and it's for our loans for 150 or less. And yes, they're supposed to be forgiven the whole thing, all right? So, yeah, okay. So, look at that. Latoya said, when I'm doing my taxes, y'all can do your taxes anytime you want to. And if you want to do it with me, whether you're here or not here in the state, it doesn't even really matter. I can verify who you are easily with your documentation, but you can go right here to my portal, ShamikaSaves.taxwisemobile.com, and you can put your information in there. And like I said, if you got questions, it's much easier for me to help you because I can see your taxes than it would be if I didn't. If you're going to do your PPP with me, this is what you need. I need you to go in here and start your information. All I need is your name and your business information. Okay, your address. That's it. I don't need much, but this is the thing. This is where we're gonna have to use this anyway. If you're coming to me to have me assist you with your PPP, all right, for your taxes too. All right. Let me see if I got any more. So look at that. Thank you, Jay, for Isaac gonna get you straight. So I want y'all to see anybody that came on late. Isaac Artisan, he's with me. This is his phone number. Please call or text. Hit you right. Like I said, $1 million. I'm paying less than 150. Y'all don't have no excuse. I'm 41. What y'all, and it's like you said, are younger than me. So y'all would be paying way less. And you know, we ain't gonna live forever. So going on to transfer some of that wealth to your kids and let them live a life that we never got the opportunity to. Okay, stop being selfish. Let's do it. All right. Okay, we got Latoya. Where do we find the status of the stimulus on the transcript? I'm finna read it to you right now. And I'm gonna tell you right where it says, go to IRS website, search tax transcript. It says click to get the online transcript. Then it says log in and click on the tax account and it will show your deposit date. So I guess what she's saying, the tax account, she's probably meaning the year. So if you go 2020, you can go in there and you'll see on the transcript where it is. Earlier this year when we did it, I think it was like right in the right hand corner. It might even be on the left hand, somewhere at the top away from the rest of the stuff. It tells you the date that the stimulus was sent. If you're not sure, inbox me the sheet. I will circle it so that you can see, and maybe I can copy it and show it and put it on my page to show other people too. All right. Okay. Samtisha says, I moved to a new state. Well, honey, if you move to a new state, then what's probably going to happen is your check may go to the state where you were. I would tell you that in your case, you should have your mail forwarded. If you did not already have your mail forwarded from wherever you were to where you are now, you can go right online and forward your mail. And you can, I believe they forward your mail up to 6 months. So there's no way you should be able to not get this stimulus check. And mail forward, and it takes like 7 to 10 days to put in place. So I would tell you to go online to USPS.com and do that ASAP. All right. So that you can get in before you miss. Okay. Miracle, you might have asked your question. Just ask it. I'm still here. Ask your question real quick. And before we go, if I work for Uber 2019, but didn't do it in 2020 because of the virus, can I still get the PPP? Yes. As long as you, yes, you can. You can definitely get it. And the reason why you can get it is because when you do it in 2020, it's going to ask, did you have any losses? And of course, you're going to have losses because you didn't work. So that qualifies you. But as long as your business was created by February 15th, 2020, you're in there, Danielle. Okay. Let's see. Where do I add the grant money from the SBA to taxes? It's going to be on, you're going to receive a 1099. So if you earned $25,000 this year from your W-2 job, then when the SBA sends you that 1099, it's now going to be $35,000 is going to be counted to be looked at for your taxes. That's going to be your new taxable income. Okay. So you will get it, and the person who's doing your taxes should know where to add it. There's a place to add 1099s, and they're just going to add it just like they would when you get your unemployment. Same for unemployment. If y'all didn't take any taxes out, they're going to want their money back. Okay. You're going to get 1099 from unemployment anyway. Because they want to put that income down. But if you did not pay taxes on it, you might get a reduction in your tax refund. So make sure you pay attention to that. Okay. Okay. So it says, Kendra says, if your mail is forwarded. So let me tell you, the IRS, they do not like to forward the check. But if you ask them to forward or hold your mail, you can get it. Okay. So thank you, Kendra. You're right. They don't like to forward. I have seen some people get it forward. They don't like to forward. I think it has everything to do with the postal person. Okay. But they're not supposed to forward the checks, but I have seen them forward it. You can always ask them to hold your mail and just have somebody come and pick it up for you so that you don't miss it. All right. Remember, guys, if you don't get it this time, you can always claim your stimulus on your taxes. If you were supposed to get it and you didn't get it, or whatever happened, you slipped through the cracks. When you do your taxes on that recovery rebate worksheet, it's going to ask you if you got nothing or if you got something. And if you got something, you got to put what that amount is. Okay. Absolutely. Danielle, absolutely. I will help you. Absolutely. Make sure you go to the ShamikaSaves.taxwisemobile.com, put your information in, and as soon as it opens, we can get started. It's not going to be that hard. I promise. It's real easy. When you look up the stimulus and it says unable to provide status, all that means is they just can't provide no information because they're busy and overloaded. So try tomorrow, Miracle. And can the DBA get a PPP with because a DBU? So it's going to be difficult because part of the PPP is 3 months of business bank statements. And if you don't have that, that's going to be difficult. But you can email me offline, or you can email me, or you can inbox me. I'm not sure where you're looking from, but here goes my information. And yes, I do credit. So if you have any questions about credit, we could talk about that too. But send me an email if you have a question. I got about 10 of them I got to reply to tonight. So thank you guys for being around. So I'm just checking to see if there's anything else I missed, and there isn't. So if you guys don't have any more questions and I didn't see any more, then I'm gonna end here. I'll help anybody with the PPP. I'm gonna tell you, let me tell you one thing. It's not gonna be, there's no funny business over here. We're doing it straight up and legit. We're going to make sure we get you what you deserve or what you can get from the program. But if not, we're going to get money from the state, your city, or your county. All right. There's way more places to get money than just through the SBA. All right. Thank you, Brandon. And yes, I will get with you. I appreciate it. Mondays are really, really busy for me, but I will get with you. Thank you so much. And Shauna says, what's the website to apply for grants? And do I have to pay back the grant? Grant is free. It's not open yet. As soon as it opens, I will put it up. If you go right now, it's just going to say closed. But I will have it by next Monday because, well, the portal will be open by then, but it should be open by, let's see. So next Monday is the next Monday is the 11th. So it will be opening at the end of next week. I'll put it up next week. I don't want y'all going on there now because it ain't going to be nothing. You'll be frustrated. All right. So we'll go next week. And yes, thank you. The Beyonce grant, I will put that up when I finish because I did not get it here. But yes, Beyonce is giving out $5,000. And if y'all don't want to wait, if you're watching through YouTube and you don't find me on Facebook or whatever, just type in Beyonce $5,000 grant in Google and it'll bring it up. But it does open tomorrow, so make sure you apply. If it's difficult, matter of fact, I'll just do a video applying for it to see how difficult, how hard it is. It should not be, but I want some of that $5,000. I don't know about y'all, but FYI, and I'm gonna let you go. Remember, any grants do not have to be repaid, but they do have to be counted on your taxes. So if you're an individual that gets Social Security or something like that, and you're not supposed to make a lot of money, you might not want to get a grant. A loan would be much better for you because loans don't have to be reported at tax time, but grants do. All right. And yes, that's right. See, thank you. Make sure they are forgiving grants. And really, all grants, none of the grants are going to be where you can't count them. Nobody's just going to give you free money and think that you're not supposed to get a 1099. That's just not how it works. So there are going to be no grants that you can receive that you won't have to report. Unless I just give you some money and say, here, go on your way. That's the only way you're not going to report it. But if it comes from Beyonce, it can come from Jay-Z. It doesn't even matter. If they give you something, believe you me, you will have to report that money because they have to report. It's a write-off for them. So then you have to write it on. You know what I mean? So, okay. Can we use a different bank account to get the rest of the SBA grant? Yeah, the bank part is not going to matter. Andrea, once they open up the website, we're going to see if they're going to allow us to update and make changes. I believe they will be. The SBA don't really be tripping on that. The main thing they be worrying about is they don't want nobody lying to go get all this money like they did the last time. And that's according to this, okay? Because they put all the game in here, all right? All the games everybody played, they put them in there, all right? And let's see what you put up here. Ooh, he says, and look out for the Title 10 funding. Well, you got to hit me up with that and let me know so I can give this information to these guys because they may not be familiar with that. I think that's Yashali. I don't want to say your name wrong, but hit me up, inbox me, or send me an email or whatever, and let's talk about it because I definitely want to get y'all in on whatever is available. And thank you, sir, to help and feed. Yes, thank you. That's what we want to do. We want to spread knowledge with each other so we can make this money. So I'm not going to keep y'all. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Got any questions? Y'all know where to go. Email me, inbox me, respond to the message, whatever. And I'll see you guys here next Monday. And keep tuned to my timeline because y'all know I keep putting up stuff. And my TikTok, okay? Because I'm trying to do some numbers over here, all right? So see y'all soon. Stay safe and be blessed. Get life insurance. And I will talk to you. Andrea, send me a message in my inbox. I'll talk to you later. And Kiana, let me do you before I go. My bank records didn't change. So why do I have a different account number? That's not on you, Kiana. That's IRS. Don't sweat it. It's either gonna go to a bank and not make it to you, or it's gonna come to you in mail and it will make it to you. It's messed up just like the first time. Don't worry. Okay. Same for the 300. For the unemployment, don't worry. Give it time. Give it like another week for this to roll out, okay? Y'all enjoy your evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you guys next Monday. Bye. Oh, let me get this address. Whoop. No, I ain't gonna be able to remember that, Yashali. Okay, so I'm gonna put mine up here real quick before I go. Again, hit me up at info@ShamikaSaves.com, Yashali. And hit me up with the Title 10 because, I love to feed my people the information so we can get this money. All right. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.